Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of the Riverview Investment Challenge here on Riverview Farms. We fast forwarded all the way to November. Just basically the only thing we got to do every day is to keep the pigs fed, which I got all that sorted, put in there, and then keep the sawmill full. I did end up, I think I did one more tree after last episode with that chipper, but it just, and I dumped them all here. It's not worth it to me. I think I did the math, and it's only about $1,000 more by the time you rent the chipper, you cut them down, you trim them, cut them to length. I just don't think it's worth it. So I've just been filling up the sawmill, and this is basically everything that we have collected since August. So this, we're gonna go down to the warehouse. I've marked it on the map because I've never been there before. But we're gonna go down there, sell all this. We got to buy a bunch of pig feed today. They're getting low and they're starting to get bigger to the point that they're really gonna start consuming it. So I think I figured probably need about 81,000 more liters of pig feed to get them to 9 months. So hopefully this will bring enough in to handle that. I guess we don't really need it all right now because we will have more wood coming in there the next few months. But I do want to get a good chunk of it in there. Keep them fed. And I don't know if I'm going to keep this up and not do contracts. Like I said, there just ain't much to do. You're doing your 20-minute chores every morning. Ooh. Ran that right in there. Good job. Oh, that's kind of cool. Right underneath. Assume this is the warehouse. The trigger for it. Maybe I ought to drive around just to make sure that this is it before I unload it. And there's not one on the other side. But I don't think so by the looks of this. Now that's part of a grain mill or a oil mill or something. That's just the buy point. Yeah, it must be where we sell it. It's back over here. Well, I don't think that'll. Well, that'll probably get you close. But we are spending right at that, close to $4,000 a month in expenses. So those pigs aren't that old. It'll be a while before they pay off. Well, at least that isn't very far from our farm. Pretty quick to run supplies down there, sell it. Driving on the wrong side again. So yeah, anyway, renting that or leasing that chipper and wagon was kind of a waste of money. We are going to have to rent a wagon and a pickup to pick that up off the ground here in January. But we might not too. I'll have to look at it, just see how many wood chips are stored in the sawmill. It might be a case that, you know, if it's going to cost us too much, maybe we're better off waiting and trying to buy a wagon and do it next summer or something. I mean, next year we'd have to wait a whole nother year because you don't want to sell wood chips out of season. They really tank. But if it's only gonna net us $5,000-10,000 extra, then it might be worth waiting. We'll just have to wait and see. Although it would be nice to get those chips up off the ground and out of the way, just clean it up. Remember, turn right here, don't I? Might be easier to get the wagon now though, and use it. The other thing I wouldn't mind having is the Omatana multi-fruit silo, so we can start storing some feed in it. But I guess maybe that's just a waste at this point when we're struggling to get by on cash till we get these pigs going. Because once these pigs get going, we'll be making quite a bit of money every year. But we will probably want to invest in a semi-trailer to come get this feed. It'll haul more than this little wagon. Let's see here. I think that's 40. I don't know. Well, I know we can't haul 40 with this, but let's see what we can haul. If it'll. I do like this trailer. It's the first time using it. It holds a little more than the green one, the green Ponji one I normally use, but I have noticed it's a little sloppier stacking, but that could just be from the auto load mod. Something I did wrong. I did bring it back and tried to tighten it up, so it does seem to be a little bit better here. Where are we at there? Is that it? Okay, so we can haul 30 at a time. Maybe. I guess I didn't check the used sales too before we go blowing all our money. Oh, nothing. I think I'll take this home. I'll come back. We'll grab another 30. Now that won't be enough. We'll still be 20, a little over 20 short to get us all the way till they have babies, but it should get us plenty far till we get more wood through the mill. And I've been hauling a tree or two every day to keep that thing full. I'm kind of surprised how fast it's went. I kind of figured that wood inside the shrubs was going to last, a couple years, and it's maybe going to last a little over a year. I mean, I guess when that thing's full, it's 10 months, so it probably will be another year from now, but I kind of expected it to go a little longer than that. We might dip into some of the wood outside just to keep it going, depending on how the cash flow is going. I wonder what that truck with pink, is that like an ice cream truck? Keeps coming through here. And I guess I don't know if you've seen when I left the yard, but I have been removing the hedges too as I kind of clean it up. Probably just going to remove that hedge all the way around. So on this map it has where basically has a tree stump inside the thought we were going over there. This corner gets me every time. But yeah, there's basically a tree stump inside the hedge, and if you cut that tree, it'll eliminate the stump, which is kind of cool compared to like Calmsden where there's nothing in there. You have to go in the construction mode to remove them. But at the same time, it also provides a collision. So on Calmsden, you can drive through some of the hedges. Here, you're not driving through it. You're gonna hit something. So good and bad. I guess I would probably take this over Calmsden just because I do like the idea I can remove them. Calmsden, there's a lot of hedges that aren't removable, and that might just be a bug and an oversight, and it'll be fixed. But it is a little bit annoying that you can't remove them all. But yeah, you can see down through here, I removed a lot of those. I think we're just gonna take this up here and leave it. Leave it here for now. Go grab the rest. Can't remember. So if we brought 30, we still got 10 down there. We need to grab another 20 when we're down there. So that'll take us down to 55K. That'll be pretty good because if something, that still leaves us plenty of cash to cover our monthly bills, and if something comes up nice on the used market, we can buy it again. So now these two fields wouldn't be bad if we are going to do fields to own to the left and the right, because they're nice and close to home, but they are fairly large fields. We'd have to invest quite a bit of money into them to make them work. And then all the equipment. So like I was saying earlier, I wonder if I can do this just with purchasing feed from the store. I know pigs are profitable. You can purchase the feed. I don't know about cattle and dairy. Although there, I don't know if I'm going to feed them like TMR or if I just go with hay. Buy hay. Oh, I know hay doesn't give them quite as much milk, but it does give them 100% health, and they're fine on it. I know beef cattle would be fine on it. And I guess I touched on this earlier on the first episode that I wouldn't be doing all the animals, and part of that is because of the capacity of these pens. If you watch my Survive 25 series on Riverbend Springs, I'm doing sheep on Farm 1 over there, and I've got like 2 pens that have 600 sheep each in them, and you basically have to pick up the wool 3 times a month because of that spawning area where the wool spawns. It's just not big enough. I was hoping with this being modded that they actually fix that to the point that either it's double stacked or internal storage would just be nice if there's a way to have internal storage on those, because it's a real pain to have to pick that up 3 times a day, and just the sheer amount of storing it. So if you, that's 3 times a day on 600. Now over here you could have 2,000 in a pen. Oh my gosh, I just can't imagine what that headache would be like. So that's why I'm thinking I'm probably doing, we need 5 pens, so I'm probably doing 2 hogs and 1 of each cows. You know, I'll have a beef cow, I'll have a regular dairy with something like Holsteins or the Brown Swiss, and then I'll run a water buffalo one. Have all 3 of those, because those, they have modified the capacity of the milk, so you can get away with it. And of course the beef cows is just like the pigs, there is no output, it's the animal themselves that's the output, so you don't have to worry about that area getting full. I really don't want to have to buy another tractor, but I don't know if even a bigger tractor, how well it's going to pull this hill. This just might just be a hard hill. And I don't know what a semi-truck's going to do pulling this hill. And I did screw up the other day and went a different direction. And it's fairly flat, so that might be an option too. You just might have to take the route that leads by the farm that you get if you take the starter farm. Could also, I guess, stick a worker on it, but I don't know how workers do, if they would tip these easier than you do. Of course, I'm pretty good at it. Speaking of that, coming up on my problem corner. That is one thing I like about this trailer I got here, this lizard over that green Ponji that I normally use. It will tip, but it's not nearly as tippy as that green because it's a little wider. It's a little wider of a trailer. It's got a better base to it. That green one is pretty easy to flip, especially as high as I've got this stacked. Yeah, see, this car gets in front of you, then it slams on the brakes. Come on, buddy. Well, alright, I'm gonna get this back. We're gonna get the pigs fed and just kind of do the same thing we have been doing here. I'll have to make a decision in January on what to do with the wood chips. Another 2 months, and we're back. It's January. We'll take another load of wood down there. Obviously not as big as our last load, but should be decent. And then we'll have to make a decision on those wood chips. Definitely gonna haul down what's in the sawmill right now, but I don't know what to do about the other ones, the ones that are on the ground. It's probably worth picking up. I mean, there's like 35,000 liters down there, so that's $35,000. Probably better off just biting the bullet and renting the forage pickup and just get it done with. Which is probably what we'll do. We probably also, while we're... What did I do? Missed my turn? Yeah. While we have some cash, we should probably finish buying the rest of the feed that we need to get those pigs up to 9 months. That was a pretty good payday, a little more than I thought I was going to get out of that. Now the biggest question is do you just lease that trailer or do I buy it? I'm trying to think how often I'm going to need that thing. Obviously I need it twice a year for wood chips because that sawmill will fill up to where you need to empty it once. So in that instance, it almost makes sense in my head to buy it because we could leave the chips into it and use it as a silo. Yeah, we might as well buy one. Just buy it, be done with it. Dump this trailer. And let's dump the loader. Let's run down to the shop. I do like this tractor. This is one of the tractors I used when I first started FS25, when it first came out as a mod. Really haven't used it since because it's just kind of in an odd place that I tend to grab something else. You know, I tend to grab a cheap small tractor first to get my series going. This is kind of the middle ground, and once I get here, I've tended to gravitate towards like the New Holland T7s, you know, to where I can start right around 200 horsepower and upgrade the engine all the way to 300. So it just kind of makes sense to grab those. So I haven't used it in months. I do like it. I do like the sounds. I mean, I'm not a John Deere, Case, New Holland snob. I'll drive whatever, but I do like the sounds of the John Deeres in this game. Just they sound a little better to me than some of the other tractors. But I can't wait till we start getting some old equipment because like I didn't play much FS22, so didn't have any modded tractors that I know. I only played about a month, just a regular base game, so I can only imagine what some of those sound like and how much fun they'll be. Just waiting to get T-boned at that intersection too. I just fly through there. Haven't yet. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to be handy as a used vehicle. Let's see here. Should buy this while I'm here, I guess. We're going to need another 30. That's what we can haul, right? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. That'd be 24. That should get the piggies. Trailer wise, while I'm in there, I'm just curious. I've never bought hay. What's hay cost at the? So for I wonder how much weight is in those. Might have to do the math and see what's the good deal here too. You know, like is 150. Is it proportional? There's one of them gonna give you more. Huh. I'll have to figure that out before we get into cows. So we're gonna be buying a lot of that. Let's see here. Trailers. We're gonna buy it outright. Like the tandem one. Extra large capacity. No plate. I think that'll work. I know Oma was gonna come out and have this where we could color the whole trailer. It's not out yet, so hopefully that comes out before long, because it's probably one of my most used mods in the game for sure. And we want the forage pickup, but I am just going to rent that. We don't, or lease it. Like I said, I got $35,000 sitting on the ground there, so I'm sure it's worth leasing this for $3 grand. And I do like that. I tend to buy that a lot, but I'm just trying to think off the top of my head when I'm going to need it next. If we got this trailer, we probably don't have to worry about picking up anything off the ground. I know it's the way I like to do my hay and silage, is just with this pickup and this trailer, and then put it in a fermenting silo. Let's run home real quick, grab those wood chips, get those sold, see where we're at money wise. Oh crap. Dude in a BMW is driving on the wrong side of the road. UPS is following him too. Yep, another one on the wrong side of the road. Damn Europeans. I'm curious if that messes anybody up. I know it's just a game, but you play 14 hours of this and then hop in the car, do you tend to drive on the wrong side of the road? The UK crowd would probably know more, since they probably have to drive on our side of the road more than we do on theirs on these maps. Or as far as I've noticed, maybe you end up with more UK maps. I just noticed so far it's mainly been regular American style driving on the right hand side of the road. Yeah, this fog's a little too much with the sun. But at least this fog right now is in the morning. It's when it should be. You know, that midday fog, 2 o'clock fog, that's pretty unrealistic to me. But maybe not. But in my neck of the woods, it's usually, if you're going to have fog, it's going to be early morning, late evening, all the way through the night. It's not middle of the day. Okay. I think when I threw this down, I guess we'll see if it's all here. I thought there was about 35,000. This is another mod that is just really good, excellent. What they did with this forage pickup. Nice wide swath to it. Picks things up at a breeze. Yep, 35,000. A little bit left. Okay. Well, we can leave that. You don't like to drive underneath that sawmill with that thing on it. It likes to hit the spout. The rest out of here. While that's filling, I think I'll return that pickup. I know we didn't use it very long, but oh yeah, and then we also, while that's filling, we need to see where is the best prices on wood chips. What the heck? Thought wood chips were worth more than this. What was I thinking? Has something changed? Am I still on the right settings? Yeah, normal. I thought wood chips got up close to 1,000. So if you're telling me this is what wood chips are, then it's definitely not worth cutting them. You know, it's definitely make a hell of a lot more money throwing that tree into the sawmill. I wonder if it's changed for this map specifically. Can they do that? Well, they really, you know, the best is the biomass, but it's way over there. Might as well just go to the harbor. No more than we have, and no bigger different price that is. So we'll tag that. Yeah, I'm almost convinced that I get 1,000. So either it's been changed for this map, or Giants has made a change. Thought they were too lucrative. It's good to know though. So definitely don't want to do anything more with wood chips. I mean, it's probably fine to obviously keep hauling them down here because you're going to have 50,000 of them every year. Is another $15,000. You know, I was expecting what do I got here? 65,000. I was expecting a $65,000 payday. This is going to be more like a 20. So, getting hosed. Hosed, I say. This one must be out on the water. Probably just drive off the dock. I would hope they have some sort of collision. This is cool though, out on the water's edge. I do like that. So yeah, I'm gonna guess $23,000. Let's see if I'm even close. Yeah, 24 too. Okay. Let's run this back. I want to take a look at the pigs. I may buy another batch. I know the other ones are not that far off. But if we can afford another batch of 300, do that. Because we need to get up over 1,000. Because eventually we're going to have that. I think I figured it at 1,037. That's what we want to run in there. That way at 9 months when they have babies, they drop the same amount. We sell the parents. We just rinse and repeat from there. And every time we sell, it should be $900,000 or so. So, I mean, you've got a lot of expenses in there as far as feed and all that, but it should be a decent profit too. Park this right here. Let's take a look. Little piggy. Yeah, we got quite a bit of food in there. Well, that's the other thing we're gonna have to deal with before long. But I think I want more pigs in there is slurry. We do have a huge capacity on this, 500,000, but we're already at 65,000. We're gonna need to get a trailer. Might look into getting a biomass heating plant too. Then we can just dump it straight in there and make some extra cash. So yeah, how old are these that are in here? They're 5 months. So yeah, they got another 4 months. They're just went over the halfway point, which would be good. We'd have them on alternating schedule. So let's look at that. Oh, because I'm buying adults. I'm like, wow, that's scaring the crap out of me. Okay, so maybe instead of doing 300, maybe I do 200. That would give us 500. If that 500 doubles up to 1,000, we just would have to throw in an extra 37 somewhere along the line there. What's a 37 if we throw it in now? Now we're better off waiting on the 37. We will start making some money. So let's just go like this. Yeah, 46,000. That'll leave us some okay money then. Yeah, we'll do that. It still leaves us 24,000. It does mean we're gonna have to buy more feed before that first batch is ready, though, because these guys will be eating it too. But that's 46,024. This will keep producing. We'll have enough in a few months to do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna run down to the store, grab that feed that we got sitting there, and I'll probably bring you guys back in a couple months. Making trip number 3 this episode with wood planks. We're only a month away from our first pigs having babies and being ready to sell, but I do need more feed for them. I'd feel more comfortable if we had another load of feed in there to get them there. So hauling all the wood down to get it sold again, and then we'll buy 30,000 more feed and advance to the next month, get those pigs sold. And I mean, we'll do good because we'll have babies, basically free babies. We won't have to rebuy those, but we'll probably buy another batch. That way we can get closer to that 100K that we want to get to. And keep missing my turns. Yeah, I'll head down to the shop to grab some more seed and meet you down there. Alright, just about back with this load. 30 bags, or pallets, I guess. As you can see, we really cleared out the trees. You know, I wasn't going to go that deep, but it's like always when you start doing that woodwork, it's like, you know, I could use a little more money, and that's kind of where we're at still. So eventually we'll get her done, call it quits, but for right now I'm probably going to keep cutting, keep using that money to help get us through in between these pigs. So we'll just keep cutting that direction. Right in front of me there. It goes quite a ways back in there. We'll just stay on this side of the road and keep cutting back through there for now. For now, I think the pigs got enough feed. We're gonna go ahead and sleep. That's one thing I wish this house, it has that nice bed inside. I don't know why Omatana didn't place the sleep trigger inside like she has on her American home. You could at least go inside. It doesn't feel like you're sleeping outside. Okay, we should have had babies. It does look like we had babies. Little feller there. Yeah, so we got the 300 adults, and now we got the 300 babies. We're going to sell these adults. We'll probably turn right around and buy the babies back. And we might just get froggy and buy them all here. So let's see. Sell this. Sell this. So let's exit so it tells us 237, 247. It's like 84, 284, 285,000 if I'm doing my math right in my head. Only problem is we are sitting on a lot of pigs. If we do this, it is going to take, well, 375,000 liters a year to feed them, at least. So 10, probably 13 loads I gotta haul with the trailer I got right now. But let's see here. Can we even afford that? So if we go 250, how many more do we need? 537, right? Yep. So let's buy 250. Buy 250. And no, let's go the other direction. Okay. Well, I have no idea how many of these are going to consume in a day, but we definitely going to need a lot of feed. I know it looks like we got $240,000 is no big deal, but I think I'm going to go down and spend, let's see, 30,000 a load. Probably going to spend 210,000 of that. That's probably one of my plans. I'm going to go spend 210,000 and we'll be down to 30,000. I bet our expenses go up a little too because you do have more water fees with this many animals. So it will still leave us $30,000, which is probably 5 months worth of expenses, which will be good on top of our wood. So it's kind of where we're at. Like I said, I think I'm going to go down and do that, but we did manage to sell our first batch of pigs. Really going to start raking in the money here within the next 9 months. Obviously 9 months from now we're going to have 800 pigs to sell, because we had the 300 pigs that were born and then we bought all the rest. Now the good thing is we no longer have to buy pigs. What we got in there will just keep itself going. So as soon as they have babies, we sell the parents, just keep the cycle going. But the other thing I guess we should look at, Slurry is up to 177,000, which is going to be a problem eventually, but we can push that down a little until we get some more wood. If I can get the food is the most important. I don't think the Slurry is going to fill out just yet, but it's probably, we didn't look at the used market, did we? Tardis. We do need a truck. I think we need a truck and trailer. Would make this hauling that much easier. But as far as Slurry, if we get a truck, we can go with this big boy. 30,000, 21,000. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, because I'm also tempted to put down there. I know in the mod hub there was a new BGA that came out in the last few weeks. Maybe putting it down in the yard, so we technically wouldn't need something 30,000. You know, even this 21,000 or a 15,000 would do us. Or get over here into these slurries. I mean, no way we're spending that money. I'm not spending this much. Well, we don't even have anything that can pull them. That's the other problem, is we only got 175 horsepower, which is another reason to go with the truck by the looks of it. Are these that bad? Oh, these don't even say, so maybe you can pull these. We might still be able to get away with this one for 21,000 liters. I mean, a lot of trips, but if we're just in the yard, no big deal. But that's where we are. I'm going to go down. I'm going to get $210,000 worth of feed. We're just going to keep filling up the wood deal. I'm going to keep the pigs fed and until we have to sell some more pallets, which looks like we got some popped out. Well, yeah, I guess we slept, so we'll just keep doing this until we sell the next big batch of pigs. And once we sell that, then we're expanding. We're buying another piece of property. So next episode we come back, I'll have I'll probably just come back when we're ready to sell the next big batch, and we'll look to expand. So I'll see you in that episode. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.